Alright, today we pruned some of our willow trees. I think they're acute willows. So what we're going to do, my boys and I, we're going to cut them into 2-foot lengths and try to sell the prunings. I've got some over here. Soaking in some water already, so a couple of weeks will probably be growing roots out of these out of those little, where the branches come out, they'll actually start to grow roots. So on this one I've left a few branches on, and hopefully the roots start going before the branches start to bud. So I'll have to watch that, because if the branches start budding, then I'll have to chop them off. But I wanted to make a couple of nicer trees for ourselves. We've planted them around our property line, and in 3 or 4 years they're already 8 to 12 feet tall, so they grow fast. And once they get established, I think last year they grew, I think, about 3 or 4 feet last year. So I'll show you the end result when we're done. Another thing I thought I'd mention is you want to cut these, the end that's going into the water, you'll want to cut them at a good 45-degree angle. That gives more surface area for the plant to suck up water. And then at the top end, I just cut them square. Not sure if that's proper or not, but we'll find out. So there's our 4-year-old willow tree we planted from a cutting. There's another one there. There's the prunings. Those 2 smaller ones there are from the following year. So they grow pretty fast. Alright, half an hour or so later, maybe an hour, we've got 15 bundles with 10 cuttings each, about 2 feet long. So that would make a nice shelter belt, down the windy side of your property, or a nice privacy screen. You plant these things 3 to 5 feet apart, and in about 5 years you've got a nice 8 to 12 foot tall shrub. You can prune these to every spring you give them before spring you give them a good pruning, and you train them to grow up as trees, nice willow trees. If not, they'll just grow into quite a dense shrub, and you can barely walk through them if you plant them 5 feet apart. So it's quite the plant. Plus, willow has in the bark, I've read that I can't quite remember, but you cut it up, or you just chop them into lengths long enough to fit into a pot, and you boil it, and it's like a growth hormone for plants, and it's all natural. So that stuff you buy from the stores, who knows what's in it. I've got some nice flame willows down the west side of our property. They're about a year old. They're very nice. The bark goes a real bright red in the fall and through winter, so it gives you a nice color, especially up here in northern Alberta. In the wintertime, it's just, we don't get much Chinooks, so the snow, once it starts snowing, it really never goes away till spring. So it's nice to have some color throughout your landscaping. So these look nice. These ones turn, you know, greenish, greenish yellow. You know, some of them get yellow. Maybe I'll bring some cuttings from the longer back property line, and then you can have, you know, some of them turn a nice kind of a dark red burgundy color. So they're a nice tree. You gotta, you know, you gotta tend to them a little more than most trees. But this is the first time I've pruned them since we planted them. So all I did, well, my parents brought me some cuttings, and they had them in a 5-gallon bucket of water. So they brought me cuttings like this with branches on them. And by the time I went to plant them, they had leaves and everything growing on them. So it's a pretty neat plant. So yeah, maybe this can be a little project for my older boys to do. Maybe they can make some money, sell these for $10 a bundle or $5 a bundle, and have some chore money, spending money. All right. See you on the next one.